Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel once again. So in our today's tutorial, we learn how to stitch our beautiful funnel corset. And if you have not watched drafting, please click on the link below. It will take you straight to the drafting tutorial. Okay. So this is our inbuilt corset or bustier. Yeah, so I've marked it out. I only marked my seam allowance. So you pin this way, so we'll just take it straight to the sewing machine to stitch with whatever you added as your seam allowance. So watch closely. In this tutorial, I will be fast in some parts that I feel that is not that necessary, but the main part I'll be slow there. So you see the bodies, you join your bodies on the right side. Yes, so this is the wrong side. So the right side is the other part. You join your bodies, let your seam line be on the right side. So this is the lining part. So I added the interfacing. If you have not watched the drafting, this is my center back. These are my straps I'll be working with. I used my bias maker to create this. So the bone casing could be multiple. Yeah, so it's optional, okay? So let's focus on the bust caging. So the bust cage will be doing that on our lining part, okay? Now you have to mark your nipple point, the center part, okay, the side seam, the chest line. So we're structuring all those parts. Here is our boning. So we have 0.3 and 0.5 inch. So I'll be working with 0.3 inch boning, sewable boning on the caging part. So for the bodies, we use plastic boning, that's non-sewable boning, half inch to structure the tummy area. So stitch this way. I'm gonna be a bit fast here, but it's just to stitch at the tip of your boning. So I'm done stitching this part. So if you watch, you can see that the boning is curvy. Yeah. So the curvy part shouldn't be this way, rather this way, because we're adding our fiber on the wrong side of our lining. Okay. So you have to check your boning very well, because there's how you place your boning when you are done structuring your cup. It will be flat. Yes. So take note of that. So stitch at the tip. So note I'm using 0.3 inch sewable boning. Stitch patiently. As you stitch, you pull to avoid obstruction there for his boost area. So you need that room for the boost to sit properly. So stitch at the tip, lock, and cut out the unwanted part. So this is it. You can see how cupped it is because of the way I placed the boning. I haven't ironed it yet. Okay, so is the center part, that is the nipple line, the bust line. So, but advise you mark before doing this. Yes, mark before doing this. I'm doing it because I already mastered my bust radius. Even at that, if you after we are through with this part, if you check very, we see that one part is not sitting properly because I shifted a bit for my bust line, so that part was not pointing out properly. Yes, so you must mark so that when you are through, your bust line will stand out. So by the time you add your fiber, it will sit properly. So I have to switch over for better visibility. So stitch this way. Sorry, making sure my camera is well positioned. Lock at the tip, you stitch at the tip. Okay. So you can see I'm pulling it. As you stitch, you pull to avoid anything obstruction there. So you can see I'm through with the center boning, which is the bust line, or it's bending a bit. So the next one is the round, sorry, the chest line. So you stitch, you curve. So the aim of using 0.3 inch bunny is that it's easier to twist. You can see this deep neckline, the curve, the sweater neckline, very easy to twist. But the half inch, you have to notch your bunny before doing that. So that is why it's very important to know the difference. Okay, so advise you use this 0.3 for bust caging. Okay, so cut it out. So I'm just a bit fast here because you understand this part. So I'm done structuring all around. You can see. So I have to support this part because I missed my bust line on this part. So it's not standing out properly if you look at it very well. Okay, that's why it's very good to mark first. Okay, make sure you mark before caging your cut. So and froze, I have to trim out all this part. The next thing is to introduce our fiber. So yeah, here with our fiber and our threads, that's hemming gum. So place it this way. Sorry, the fan is stopping my hemming gum. Place it this way. So place your fiber this way. Wet it. Um, my iron is dry iron, is not steam iron. So I'm using my hand to wet it. Okay, you must wet your fiber. You can see what I'm doing. Okay, you iron this way. So I love this part so much. Yes, it's giving. Camera didn't do justice to this part. Ah, so beautiful. So patiently just trim it out the unwanted parts. Okay, see. And please, if you have not watched the part one, just click on the link. Okay, so trim out the unwanted parts. Remember, I've marked our seam allowance because we're turning this part with our right side of our fabric. So trim out, iron this way. Okay, to make sure it lasts properly at the tip, that's round seam allowance. Okay, so trim it out this way. Wet it as well. But advise you use steam iron, it's faster. You can see how deep it is. This is the wrong side. This is the right side. You can see. So I trim out the unwanted part from our seam allowance so it will not obstruct our seam allowance while joining. You can see. Place it this way, right side facing the right side to stitch. Okay. So this is it. Sorry, I had a call. So place it this way. So you stitch this way. But if you notice you will discover that I add a little structure there, zigzag yeah, you can see it here. There is not that visible here, yeah, because of the camera. Okay, so this is it on the table. So what I just use my crinoline to structure it. Okay. So this is this. I will cut out my lining as well. Okay, structure the lining, turn and flip. But this part is optional. Okay, you place it this way. By the time you flip it this way, you stitch and flip it to the right side. Okay, so I have to structure this part. This is the lining part. Okay, with crinoline. Take note of that. So this is the other cape, which is optional. Okay, so I'm done structuring the lining part. So I will stitch it this way and trim out the unwanted part and notch the tips of the zigzag. You can see. So by the time I flip it to the right side, it will last properly. So trim it out this way. They are not needed. Okay. And please, if you find this video interesting, please like, share, comment. It will help this channel to grow. So I'm done a mini cape. Let me use that word or structure. So this is it. So I'll place it this way. I will pin. No, there is burning, so you have to pin to avoid stress while stitching. And my machine is just tabletop, it's not industrial that can climb heavy, that is thick fabric. So I have to make sure I pin it. So I'll flip this way. So I have to start from the center, stitch to the side seam before I'll switch and continue on the other part. So trimmer. So just checking it out, so stitch all around. So this is it. You can see how neat it is. Trim out the wanted part notch. So it's to close the side seam a bit. So left about 6 inches, which I'll be using my hemming gum to iron to seal that part. So you flip it this way like what I'm doing. Sorry guys, video is so long. I should know this part, that's why I'm a bit fast. So just watch closely. You can see how beautiful it is. You can see I haven't ironed it yet. So I will use my hemming gum to iron this part, or you could decide to use a needle to tack it. Or if it's an industrial machine, you could decide to touch stitch. Yeah, because of the bone in there, my tabletop can't climb that part. So this is it. So the bodies, here we are. So these are my straps I'll be working with. So you decide to structure this part as you want. Yeah, as many as you want. Okay, so start from the center, but please make sure you mark. Yeah, mark to have a straight strap when you are through. Okay, so stitch at the tip as well. So I use my bias maker, as I said earlier, to create my straps. So easy to stitch. So the same here, so I will just do it all around. So I'm through the front. Okay, so this is the back piece. So I have to trim out this part. Yeah, so the initial plan was to have this at the end upper part, but don't have enough 0.3 inch boning to structure that part the way I want it. So I want to trim it off this way. Okay, so we join on the right side. Okay, this way, wrong side facing the wrong side. You join this way with whatever you added as your seam allowance. So it's time to structure the funnel part. Yeah, okay, so we'll be using half-inch here, half-inch boning, sorry. So you place it this way, you will stitch at the tip. So advise you use 0.5 here of swivel boning, stitch at the tip. So you can see, so stitch at the tip. So I just left about 0.2. So it's just on the space of our seam allowance. And I also have a strap that I'll be using on this part. So watch closely. So once again, if you find it interesting, like, and please, you don't mind the duration. Yeah, I just want it detail. So trim off this part. So stitch at the tip as well. You can see. Slide to the last properly. So I through. Trim out the wanted part. My fabric is pulling seriously. So this is how you're going to face it, but we won't be doing that now. We need to add boning on this armhole part. So this part I'll be using 0.3 inch swivel boning. Yeah, I don't need much pressure there. Note is armhole side. Okay, so leave half-inch, 1 inch, whatever you added as your seam allowance on the side seam. So stitch this way as well. Sorry, camera wasn't well positioned here. But what I'm doing here is just the side seam. Sorry, armhole part. I'm just adding boning. They can see it here. 0.3 inch sewable boning. So trying to arrange my machine. So stitch at the tip again. Try to relax properly, but you don't stitch to your side seam, okay? You can see how curved it is already. I have not fixed our boning yet. So for the lacing part, I've stitched half-inch two lines for my boning and my eyelet. So watch closely now. So this is the strap. You flip to that's the wrong side of your fabric. Note this is my wrong side. So I will stitch and flip it to the right side to top stitch. Good. You can see. So cut out this part. So to the right side now, I have to fold it in twice. Could be once, depend the width of your casing. Flip it this way. Place it. Flip it to wrap the boning there. That is the aim for this. Though there are other methods you can work with, okay? You could start to fix your boning, then on your lining, the way we structured our bust caging on the lining part, then wrap it with the right side of the fabric. So you decide to do all this on the lining part, then stitch to flip to the right side of your funnel corset. Yeah, that is the bustier part, or the overbust part, whichever we choose to call it. So wrap, send it in, stitch at the tip. So this part, you have to patiently work on this part. You just have to forget the fact that I'm fast here. I just fast forward it because of the duration. Okay, so you patiently flip it in and iron. Okay, so if you have your bias maker, it's very easy. Yes, to arrange your bias down. So as soon as you sit on your machine, just to stitch at the tip straight up. Okay, so this is it. You can see how beautiful it is. So the wrong side, there's no any seam allowance here or rough edge there. So this is it. Now I've done this part, so I want to show you guys this part. So I stitched on the wrong side. It's time to flip it once again to the right side. So fold it in once this way, again this way. Okay, so you stitch at the tip also to cover up your 0.3 sewable 0.3 inch sewable boning. Okay, exactly what you did on the funnel part. Okay, so patiently work on this part. So you stitch your straps on the wrong side to flip to your right side. So we'll be doing this to the center back. I've joined my side seam here. Okay, you know I mentioned it earlier that you join your side seam to the right side, meaning your seam allowance will be on the right side. I've done that. So I've also added strap there, you can see it. So it's to the center back. So you patiently work on this part because there is a curve there. So if you also want to structure your back panel upper part, that's the chest line on your back panel, like where I am right now, you can do that the way we structured our armhole part on the front panel. So patiently work on this part, send it in. So by the time you are through, everything will be neat. Okay, do not be in a hurry. If you miss it, lose and repeat. Okay, till you get it. All right, so you stitch at the tip this way. So this part is not straight. I have to switch over this way. I want everything to be neat. You can see, so I will cut it out this way and flip it this way because it's easier for me to control this way. So send it in. Sorry, my machine. Stitch at the tip. That is all. You can see how beautiful it looks. So hit on the like button. Find it interesting. So you can see. So I have to trim out unwanted threads. Okay, trim it out. So it's time to fix our plastic boning on the bodies. So watch closely. We have two methods. One, decide to use a lighter or your matches to light and to melt your burning to have that curve. Yeah, I've done something like that. It's on my YouTube, sorry, on my Facebook page. But this is a new method. I won't do that. I will just twist it this way. You can see, twist it this way to have that curve. So this is there, so there's no burning your hand while trying to have that curve. So twist it very well on your under bust. So this is how you place it to know your under bust. Okay, so this is it. So you need to blend the tip of this bone because it's pointy, it's not just straight. So watch closely, you can see. So certainly this way is not going to be possible because it's damask, it's my strap. So I will pull it out and introduce my paper tape to see the tip this way. Insert. So I will do the same to all and show you guys. So this is how I insert it. So you have to follow up. You can see the curve area, which is our under bust. You can see. Make sure you insert it properly. Okay, so you can see. So this is our under bust. Take note of that. So we decide to mark with chalk to know your under bust. You will do that all round. Okay, so this is it. You can see the curve. Yeah. So this is it. So I have to trim out this part and we'll see pull it in and trim out about 1 inch. Yeah, for easy hemming. So I will do that and show you guys. Fix my bonings and hem the down part and show you guys. You can see. So make sure it sits on the under busts. So here we are. Through fixing my bonings, I've hemmed it, fixed my eyelet, but I haven't ironed it yet. You can see how beautiful our funnel corset looks. So I've also used hemming gun to iron this part. Though you decide to use hand needle, as I said earlier. So watch closely. You can see this part to fix our inbuilt bust here. You can see the 1.5 inch you step up on the armhole part. So your target should be your under bust. Yeah, so my machine cannot climb it. Yeah, so I'll be using hand needle to tack it, but let me show you guys how you should place it. Okay, so you put it this way. So I advise you use industrial machine or manual machine or hand tacking is the best. So you can see because of the space of my machine. So I just have to try again, switch it this way because of the plastic boning as well. I've structured this part so you can see. So it's not going to be possible. So this is the under bust. You can see how curved it is. I haven't ironed it yet and looking beautiful already. So you stitch under bust low, stitch at the tip this way. This is how you stitch at the tip. But I won't be doing that, so I'm using and needed to tack it. So is it. I've placed it, my point, at the point I'll be tacking. I've also fixed my thread. Okay, place it this way to pin down first. Pin it down first. You have to pin. And while doing this, I have to be very careful, because it's bone that is there, the under bust, to pull it. So set this properly. So I will tack it down. Okay, and that is all. So thank you all for watching, and please find it interesting. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. God bless you all. Bye.